We're going to do a bit of carving, that we are. But first, I'm going to bring my channel up so I can see what's going on. Oh, there I am. Let's turn that volume down. There you go. Right, what we've got here is a failure to communicate. No, not that. No, not at all. All right, we've got this bit of firewood here. A split into a nice shape, and I thought, ooh, that lends itself into to be something other than firewood. So I thought, hang on, let's see if we can carve it into something. I don't know if I get it done in this live stream completely, but it's going to be a bit labour intensive. It's a lot of chopping, you know. I've actually fixed my block down. I just need just put one more fixing on it, but it's fixed in two directions. I just got to do the third. So we're a step closer. Right. So what we're going to do is we're going to carve the centre of this out. And I was thinking about it's going to be sort of like laying there like this, but sort of facing like that. Like you have like a little dish or something to chuck your keys in as you come in through the door. You know what I mean? And that can catch it. That's the idea. So it's going to be, you can even use the fruit bowl, can you? You can use it in anything really. You can keep all your other stuff in there. I don't know what stuff, but your other stuff. Right, so obviously it's got to have a flat base or a little stand of some description. And I was thinking about a stand. So I was thinking if I can carve all this up, best that I can, so have a nice little dimply finish inside there, a bit like cellulite, all right? and then polish it all up. But it ain't all going to be done in one hit. It's just not possible. Now this nasty edge here is just sapwood, so I'll remove all the easy stuff first, don't I? To do that, what I'm going to do, I might use a draw knife on that bit. Then we'll sharpen some chisels up and give them a go. Right, let's clamp that down. Hopefully it'll stay there. Yeah, it's staying there. Hello, trace block. Hello. Whatever trace block is, I don't know. You lost me already. So we're going to try and clean this up a little bit. Oh, tighten up a bit there. It's not tight. It's not tight. All right. Why isn't that gripping? I need an insert for this whole farce. This should be a metal insert. Well, that might do it. No, too low. Because right, the insert is going to keep slipping. All right. Oh, that seems better. That's it, that's gripping. Right, so let's clean some of this up on the side here. No, that ain't working, is it? Let's put my leather apron on instead. Oh, that's a bad start, isn't it? Hello there, in the whoever's watching. You know, don't forget to hit the old like button. It helps, you know, it helps. Apparently, so I'm told, it helps. And we've got some axes as well we're going to be using as well. I've got my new side axe that we made the other day. You know, that's my new side axe. We'll be using that as well. My other axe is having a bit of a emergency treatment at the moment. I'm hoping that'll grip. If I don't grip, I'm going to have to... I don't know, because it's awkward shape, isn't it, you know? Can't really hold it very well. Because there's all sapwood on there. I could just use the axe, actually, couldn't I? I'll try and make this into some kind of dish. Crazy, eh? I think I'll use a side axe. I think I'll have more luck with side axe. I think I'll have to stand up. Probably. Or can I do it like that? You see the shape though? Look, it really lends itself to some kind of dish. It was going to go on the fire, so I was about to chop it up. Oh, look at that. Ooh! I know what I can do with that. I've been using this new side axe quite a bit today, actually. It's quite good. Getting the hang of it again. So you can see here, that's wood. That's old sapwood. We don't want that. It was a little bit longer, but I just attacked it with the chainsaw, shortened it. So it would be a bit ridiculous otherwise. See the wood there? Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. It's quite a heavy head for this job. On the side axe. Used to be, well, I don't know what axe that was. Probably a felling axe, but I'd took a lot of metal off it already, and I don't want to take any more off it. Now you could do this with an angle grinder with maybe an arbor cut on it or something. Or a rotary rasp, which is safer, to be honest. I've done this sort of work for ages. I've kind of got to get a hang of it again, ain't you? Right, I think I took a lot of the old crap off there. There's a bit more crap to come off that side. It's definitely better having it fixed down a bit. It's not moving as much. Now what I was going to be making today was some split chestnut fencing. Unfortunately, it's just peeing down with rain. And I need to, it's going to be willow, sorry. It's going to be split willow fencing. Because that's what we got. And it's going to be sort of like au natural. I've cut the rails, or two of the rails anyway. I've got to do another two rails. Right, so just take that edge off there as well, and I'll try and flatten the back a little bit just to make it easier to work. You've got to try not to cut your hands off as well. That's usually a good idea. I've heard that before. I don't know who told me that. You don't want to chop your hands. No, come on. Now I have a problem with my hands. I've had carpal tunnel syndrome. I've had surgery on my carpal tunnel before, here in France, and it's I've lost some of the I can't even say the little word now. My motor skills in my hands, or my muscle memory. So draw a knife on there. Right, let's make sure we've got a flat enough area, just so I can. So it's going to be sitting there like, sort of probably like that, really. It will be beautiful, promise. Promise. Right, probably better instead of using an axe, I might just use the hand plane on that. I just grab the hand plane over that a little bit, just to take that high off, so it's more. Rocks so much, what I'm trying to. Do you know what? Sometimes my belly is handy. And if I manage to lose this weight, I think I'll miss it. Let's get on the stomach. Ah, oh, here we go. Very nice job to do it is. Don't forget to hit the old like button. You do it really easy. All you've got to do is double tap the screen. It doesn't like, you know. No excuses, costs you nothing, but it helps the channel. That's better. Make it a little bit easier to carve. I was just going to be constantly take a bit more off there, I reckon. Off there. This is this little Stanley Bailey hand plane, which is a nice little thing. There you bugger. So we're making a bowl, a bit of a dish. What we're making. Sort of you put your keys in. I don't know if I get it all done there, but just when I split the wood, like I did mention it earlier, but when I know the people come and go, you see, when I split the wood earlier, I looked at it and I thought, ooh, it's got a dimple. So I carved that out, making it more dimply. So I've got some chisels. I was using this one yesterday because I was just giving it a start, but it probably needs a little bit of work. Now I've got my colour for you, and oh, hang on, just I need to grab my oil. La 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 la. Right. Just so I can do the back. I don't have a curved diamond sharpener, but I do have waterstones and oil stones. I'll probably use the oil stone on that, I think. This is a certain carbon, like a bit like an India stone, not an India stone. Remember, you can't get a good edge unless you've got a good back, if it makes any sense. So you need, obviously if you've got something that's straight, it needs to have a flat back. If it's curved, you just need to make sure it's smooth along its curve, uniform, best that you can. Otherwise you won't get it sharp. Well, that's better. Obviously it creates a burr. Of course, it's windy out there. Really windy. That's better. That's loads better. That'll do. Now I like to use, I have got a carver's mallet. I'll just show you something. So that was flat in the bottom earlier, and now that's the polyurethane glue, and it's expanding. I wonder how much it had expanded by the end of my live stream today. Right. Here we've got that. Hello, William. William Smith and Pierre Gentier. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, got to put the gloves on. Oh, don't wear gloves, not me. Brits love talking trains. Trains? Maybe it was Canadian. As an American, I always loved 90s British kids TV. It was like Thomas the Tank Engine. Oh, crikey. I love that too. You know, that and Wacky Races and all that sort of stuff, you know, brilliant. Now I like to use a 4 hammer. It's comfortable and it just works. And you've got the rubber handle, and it's, when you've got these impacts, you know, because it absorbs the nylon of the neck, it absorbs some of the impacts, so it's less friction, you know, less impact on your hands. Which is just, I prefer it anyway. Like I say, I've got around ligament vitae. I made that years ago actually, ligament vitae mallet. But it was I don't like using it. And since I've had carpal tunnel syndrome surgery, now it's just like, it's too much impact. Sometimes I wear like biking gloves. Or not boxing gloves, you know, like the little mitts with padded palms. That definitely helps. I could do another pair though, to be honest. Mine have gone a bit, fallen to bits. Now this is a, okay, what? And it's not marbles, chisel. This is I think it's a Stormont. It's very old. It's a London-based company, if I remember rightly. Oh, Addis, S.J. Addis of London, and it's got a boxwood handle. That's it's original. There's nothing changed. Some of the tools I've got from second-hand places, you know, and empty the attic. People are getting rid of their stuff. The nice thing, because it's already got the grain following that way, you see. Whereas normally, if I was doing a dip in the piece of wood like this, I'd have to carve one way, then the other way, one way, then the other way. But because I'm following the grain in and out, because that's the way it's split, and that's if you look, see, that's the grains coming in and then coming out again. I don't necessarily need to do that. I can just go one way, which is quite nice. Yeah, Yeah, I'm building a canoe. Yeah. I've been in dugout canoes before. There was when I was on Ginger Island in the Caribbean. Yeah. I thought, near Panama, and all the locals had dugout canoes. Amazing thing, just dug out a big log. You think it'd be really heavy, but it's the way it's just the way they've carved it all out like that. And they take out as much as they can, don't they? Wood's buoyant anyway. When it's in the water, don't matter. Do 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 do. God, that wind out there. I know you can't hear it, but it's very loud. That's one thing I hate is the wind. Rain's bad enough, but the wind, you always feel, what's going to get broken? What's going to get, blown away, or am I going to lose tiles on the roof or something like that? Is it going to give me another job to do? How long do you typically steam for? Well, it depends on what you're doing, doesn't it? And what type of wood it is. Now, in the past, when I was working on the old boats, when you do the gun whales and what have you, around the piece of wood around the top between the deck and the superstructure, we'd steam that, but we'd use green oak for that. Steams gives like a bit of rubber, and you could leave it in there for, well, I don't know, 30 minutes to an hour. It's more than long enough. Sometimes you get away with just 10 minutes in there, The other thing about when you do it with green wood is that the moisture in the wood also steams. So it's more efficient. If you're doing it with seasoned wood, it tends to take a bit longer. But the other thing is about when you're doing steaming, green wood, you don't have to season it afterwards. I don't know why that is. I've never really paid much attention to it. But once it's been steamed, you don't have to do much with it. Maybe it's just the heat. And there's various ways of doing steaming. You can make yourself a steam box. The ideal thing to use as your steam source is a wallpaper stripper. The water kettle thing you got the pipe coming off your little hand, and you take your wallpaper off with. They're brilliant for that. You can use a kettle, but you'd have to remove the bimetal strip, so it don't keep turning off. But you mustn't none of those things must be allowed to get run dry, otherwise you'll burn out for obvious reasons. So I've got to decide whether or not we're going to put this, whether I flatten the base so it just sits there, or whether I make some legs for it. If I make some legs for it, or some kind of base in a different timber, maybe walnut or something, well then it looks intentional, doesn't it? Not like I just got a bit of wood out the garden. Which is pretty much what I just did. This is oak, if you're wondering. And if someone's going to say, building a canoe for an action man. No. Like somebody's always mentioned that already. That's quite funny. Alright, because of the regular shape, you can't really do a lot with it. I suppose if I had like a big bean bag, put it on, or a cushion, something like that, that would stay put maybe. Quite like ideas having it as like a little dish to have when they come in from the house. Come in from outside into the house. There's a way of putting the... I mentioned it yesterday about a friend that does makes lights, and he makes all these fancy steam bent lights, all LEDs and stuff. Really nice. He's doing quite well actually at that. Quite a lot of money as well. He basically steam bends a loads of strips, and then he cascades them all together, glues them all together, and do all these funny shapes. I think if you're going to make anything to sell, I don't think it's enough it just being something, oh, that's beautiful, that's pretty. Do you know what I mean? I don't think that's enough. It has to have a purpose, you know, to warrant it. Otherwise, it's just something's going to have to be dusted. Do you know what I mean? You know, if you're going to, a dish, you can put things in. If it's a light, it'll illuminate. That kind of thing, do you know what I mean? If you're going to make anything to sell, you know, if you're going to make wooden wall pictures, wall art, well, you know, you might want a wall to fill, so I suppose it's serving a purpose, but also, you do a soundboard, it has a purpose. Get rid of some of the echo. Do a bit of acoustics. Oh, it's coming along. Let's move this camera around a bit. It keeps wiggling around. There you go, it's better. The large wood clamp vices. Large wood clamp vices. I've got a large wood clamp vice. Oh, do you mean like a vice horse? What you sit on? And I got one. The problem is, mine's designed to do small bits. I'd be back out. I would try to. I have got my big old vice here. I could shove it in there. I could. That'd hold it, but I don't want to. I do have a holdfast here, but because it's a regular shape, it's not hold it down very well. I need an insert in there so it grips. It's not gripping in the wood very well. Oh, hang on. Wind that back. Yeah, and also that's not going to work like that anyway. I could put a big screw in the middle. That would work. Oh, long chisel. Where is that? Oh, there it is. Obviously, you make sure you keep an edge on it because you're working an oak. Take the edge off quite quickly, otherwise. I've got a couple of ideas. What I might do to this, to my block here. There's a hole down. Now there's a couple of chisels here. Right? These were given to me. These are quite new, right? He got me to hang some doors for him. Right? He had to go himself, and he needed chisels. He said, so he bought these gouges to do hinge mortises. A gouge, a round chisel for something that's flat, needs to be flat. Anyway, he gave them to me. There's a mistake. I ain't sharpened or used them. I don't know how good they are. Not going to be as good as these ones I'm using at the minute. It's plain old gouges. You get all sorts of gouges. You get ones with a swan neck in them. You get, spoon gouges, and there's all sorts, which is pretty cool. Now, if you want to speed this up, if you had, like I said, an angle grinder with, looks like a golf ball with a stubble. And it fits into the angle grinder and it spins round, and it's like a rasp basically, and you could rough it out with that first and then finish with the chisels. But what fun is that? It's noisy as well. I do have rotary rasp. I don't have a golf ball type one, a round one. Which would be rather handy. It's just something nice to use and actual tools, isn't it? It's quite a hard old bit of oak. I don't know how old it is. It looks fairly old, it's fairly dry. To me, it looks like something that has like a fallen, because of the split here, and looks like it's been rotted out from inside. I reckon there's a limb or something that's actually split off the tree. Yeah, you could do. You could do. I did mention stuff like that earlier. Using stuff like that. Have I got an old pillow around here? I don't think I have. Oh, because that would work really well. Oh. Just a second. I'll go have a quick look. I'll sing to you while I'm looking. Oh, love me tender, love me true. No, that's okay. I'll give up. Oh, my motorbike. I've got my GXX 1400. Oh, hang on. What's that? Is that a pillow? I think that's actually. Oh, it's a quilt, but that'll do. A quilt? What is that? It's an old quilt. It's one of the dog's quilts. I can't see a pillow, but this will do. This will do. I'm coming back now. I'm coming back. This might work. I've got to keep it warm as well. Actually, I could put it over my legs while I'm at it. And that'll keep me warm. Oh, I'm back. It's probably a bit of an overkill, but they might work. Oh, that'll be loads better. There you go. Thanks for thinking of that. Right. The other thing, oh, that is better. That's loads better. That's less impact as well. That's good for my carpal tunnel. Right. The other thing about these forehams is that you've got replaceable heads. But I haven't actually ever replaced that head. All I've done once is unscrewed it and just cleaned it up on the linen shirt and made, put it back into shape again. But I never had to. And they're not expensive. It's just like, and I didn't buy it for this purpose. I just started using it. I realised, I quite like that. Yeah, for carving or all that kind of work. Even any chisel work. Like I say, I haven't done this sort of thing for ages. Years, in fact. I generally make windows and doors and shutters and stuff like that. That's what I normally make. Architectural kind of woodwork, Needs a bit of a touch up. This is a little DMT diamond sharpener, which I find quite good for this. Yeah. That's good. Yeah, they lose their edge quite quickly, don't they? It's best to do, sharpen as you go, a little bit at a time, instead of having to do one great big sharp or find you've got to grind it or something and lose half a chisel. When I told Carol I'm going to make a bowl out of that, she's oh God. I didn't think she could see the booty in it, but it will be. It will be. Like I said, I won't finish this live stream. I'll be on for a couple, I imagine, because I can't do this for that long. My hands aren't good enough. I was getting it. Yeah, Mr. Pillar Guy, that was a good idea. No, not a chopping board. I'm making the dish. It'll be an annoying chopping board because when you try and cut it, you'll always miss your tomatoes. You see. Yeah, I hear you, Rob House, but I've got plenty of mallets. I actually like using this. I just do. I don't generally miss. Right, the grain is starting to reverse a little bit there. Let's carry on this way here. I want all the dimples in there. So once I get it how I want it, and I've followed all the grain properly, I'll then just lightly sand it so I keep all the little, the chisel marks. Like I say, it was a bit longer than this, but that would be stupid. I might even shorten it even more. I don't know yet. We'll see. A mop sander would work quite well on that, with a fine mop sander. Now I've got a Ligman V. I mentioned earlier, I've got a Ligman V-tie mallet, but I struggle with it a little bit because my hands. That's from years of abuse, not taking care of myself. So if you're into this game, make sure you protect yourself. Otherwise, you're going to end up with carpal tunnel syndrome. The same with people who do, like, I don't know, like crochet and stuff like that. Like, women get carpal tunnel syndrome. Yeah, who like doing crochet. Oh, men if they like doing crochet, you know. I don't know any men who does crochet, but you know, my daughter does a lot of crochet. She's brilliant. She can look at something and just, she can just like do it. You know what I mean? It's just like it evolves. Very creative. Can you see the dimples in there or not? Can you see the little dimply bits? You know, it's kind of what I want. In this area here, I'm not sure what to do with this. That's going to be a bit of a nightmare, that is. But I'll have to try and scoop that out that way and probably leave a bit of the. I might even fill a bit of resin or something. I don't know. I hate resin though. I really do not like river tables or anything like that. To me, it's one of them things that's a bit of a fad, and there'll be a point when they're no longer fashionable, and people think, oh, it's a bit naff. That's how I see them anyway. I don't like them. That's my feeling, you know. Everyone to their own. You might love them. Be careful not to start splitting. Ooh, there you go. We're going in the wrong direction. There you go. So I've still got to go that way on that one. La 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 la. What do I drink? It's not beer. Before you say, "Hey, you got a beer?" No, it's not beer. Crystal says I do crochet. Hello to the missus. Yeah, she's good. Well, that's actually because she's hurt her back at the minute. She's whinging and whining now. She's had a problem with her back in the past where she had an accident, and occasionally it comes back and just dry, you know, lot of trapped nerve pain kind of thing. She's had X-rays and stuff on it, scans and stuff. I started a bit of wood turning yesterday, a bit of chestnut. I thought, I don't know, just go from rough to round. I don't know what I'm going to make of it yet. That's what these little things there. What I'm just going to do is start, do some stuff on here, and then maybe put one on Etsy. I don't know, just idea. Gives me a reason to make stuff. Gives me the opportunity to use some of the wood I've got stacked up all over the place. Instead of the worm getting it. It's real, remove all that lump there, don't I? Why didn't I think of this pillar idea earlier? Because that really works. Thanks for that, whoever that was in the chat. Don't forget, beat the old like button. I've got all these people here, and I've got 24 likes. Oh, don't you like me? So it's easy to do. You just double click the screen. And then it's a like, blimey. And then I might go live another day. And then another day. And then another day. Yeah, you know how it goes. What I do, I mentioned it yesterday actually, is to rig this workshop up into a, for live streaming, where I can have multiple cameras. One semi-portable, but then I can have one on the radar saw, on one of their table saws, power drills, and lathes and stuff like that. So I have multiple cameras rigged up. That's what I want to do, because that makes things a little bit more interesting when making a project, and I can take it with me, so to speak. It's quite hard with a phone, can't you? You've got to keep setting it up again. I have tried it before, but my machine's not powerful enough in here, the computer in here isn't powerful enough to do it. It's coming along. Definitely not better than what we did earlier. Quite enjoying doing this. It's therapeutic, you know. Oh, come on, double click the whole screen. There's 362 people there. You know, I'm putting my life on the line here. I might stab myself with a chisel. I've only got 25 likes. Blimey, you're doing it on purpose, aren't you? You're doing it on purpose. Let's get in there. It's coming along. Once I've done all this size chisel, I might go down to a smaller chisel. I'm getting stuck on saw chips. Chip saws, wood chips. Saw chips. Oh dear. Right, this bit here is a bit of a problem. I don't want it to be straight. I want to have the high area here, but it's reasonably high there. I'll keep carving it out and just see whether or not I need to chop that end off or not. Might be enough room to keep chopping it out, really. Might be. Let's see what we can do with that. Let's keep chopping. Knit one, pull one. Oh, Caroline, she likes to do. Hello there. All this just said hello, hello. What type? That's oak. It's oak. It's an old bit of oak. That was going to be destined for the fire, for the wood burner. Nice, when we split it, it was all gnarly like this. I thought, oh, what can we make with that? And I thought, if we go with the shape, we could make some kind of bowl. It could be a fruit bowl even. It's banana shaped, isn't it? Oh, bent bananas. At the moment, I'm just getting the shape, and then I'll go over the whole thing again to get the pattern, so to speak. Do you know what I mean? I quite like this chisel. It's quite a nice chisel, this one's. It's old. What was it? Oh, my ends fell off. There we go. Bit that there. It's quite nice to do this sort of thing. You know, the world's gone absolutely mad. Especially in the United States. God's sake. Think what's going on over there. So it's quite nice to do something that doesn't involve having to take in the current political situation around the world. I've had these things for years. This one I got from a woodworking show in Earl's Court. I think it was Earl's Court. This is a piece of natural waterstone. I think that if you ever have proper waterstone sharpening sets, if it's natural, proper natural waterstones, you don't really know what this grit is. So you can just say, oh, that's fine. It feels fine. Do you know what I mean? Because there's no way of grading it. And also it can change as you wear through the stone. But then most of the waterstones will be, sharpening waterstones we see these days are all sort of composite. They're sort of made out. Composite, is that the word? Sort of like blocks created out of grit. They don't last as long as proper waterstone. Because proper waterstones are very, 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 well, they're dense, aren't they, Personally, I'm not a lover of waterstones. You can get a great finish. I find them messy. You put water all over your tools. Because even on my diamond sharpeners, I always use some form of oil or something that isn't so rust provoking, like Windex or something like that, some form of Windoline. This window stuff. I just buy the cheapest one I can find. It does the trick on the diamond sharpeners. It's coming along, though, isn't it? It's getting there. It's coming along, Oh, the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And that's what I keep telling the missus and smile at her like this. Oh, I'm losing my voice already, I am. Let's have a drink. Hello, Stephen. Counter debate. Is this the channel you'll be doing now? Oh, I will be doing this channel as well as the others, yeah. I ain't stopping the others. I'm still doing those. I've slowed down a bit because I'm trying to give the other ones a chance to reset themselves because they're not doing anything. So I'm not putting as much on them at the moment. But I've always had this channel. This is one of my earlier channels. But the name Wallybois comes from a dog, you see. And last year I was really struggling to do videos because we lost Wally. He passed away. And it bugged me right up. I couldn't function properly, to be honest. I was struggling. And he's but I've actually got another dog now. So we're back to 3 dogs again. So I've got one called Little Nacho, Little Jack Russell. And he's a right pain in the ass. He is. He's funny. He's so mischievous and he's hilarious. And he reminds me of my Wally, because my Wally, when he was that young, he was like that. So it's pretty good, really. He's only a year old, he's still a baby, really, isn't he? But, I'm training with the cat, which he's getting better with, They can spend time in the same room together now. He does like to chew things. Does Nacho, but he's actually really good in the car so far. And whenever you put the lead on him and restrict him, he just sits. He doesn't try and fight it or anything like that. He just sits there and or goes to sleep in his basket or something. If he's been a nuisance, we have to put restrain him by putting it on his lead. A little bit, and then. He's a lovely little boy. The only thing is, though, now my Wally had a habit, my little Wally dog, and that was he liked to he'd go ooh, ooh, sort of whine at the side of the bed because our dogs sleep in our bedroom. You see, in baskets, but in our bedroom. And I'd tap the bed, and then he'd jump up and snuggle down the bottom of the bed on the top of the covers. Sort of curled in a ball between my legs, through the indentation of my legs. That didn't bother me. Some people don't obviously say, "There's a horrible dog in your bed" and all that. Like, that sort of thing don't bother me in the slightest. Look at me. Do you think it's a state of me that I'm state of my hands, all right, covered in paint and oil and God knows what else from work, and because I don't wear gloves because I can't feel anything in gloves. Those all you. I sometimes wear, like I said earlier, I sometimes wear like cycle gloves with padded palms, which I would have said I would have needed in this, but it's not actually putting any pressure on my palms, and I'm not actually gripping the chisel, so to speak. I'm just sort of like guiding it, if it makes any sense. It's the mallet's doing all the work. Do you know what? It's cold in here today. I've got my wood burner going. It's not doing a very good job. Not today, anyway. It's that wind coming through all the little nooks and crannies. Alright, let's keep working this end. See how far we can go with it before I put a hole through it. Yeah, I'm going to really like this. This is going to be cool. Yeah, that's going to be cool. I've got to make my granddaughter a little box for her birthday as part of her birthday present, and like a little treasure chest type thing. She's 9, with little secret compartments in it. That's what I want to do. A little sofa. We got some a drum for Christmas, a little tongue drum, biggish one. I say biggish one, about 12 inches or something. Yeah, 12 inch, about 300 mil. Tongue drum, and she loves it. I don't want to. You know, we always seem to buy like rubbishy plastic bits of shit, don't we, for our kids, grandchildren and stuff like that. And you feel, oh, God's sake, why? Oh, I don't want to do it anymore. Just let her tat in it. If I make her a nice chest and treat her like an adult, because she does like to be treated like an adult. She thinks she's an adult, but she's obviously not. Because she's 9. She enjoys singing, so I was thinking about getting a little PA system at one point, but I don't think she'll understand how to use it. It'll take a bit of time, something like that. Because when she comes here, she likes to come in my office, which I've got the recording equipment in there, you see, and MIDI keyboards and stuff, and another drums, and she loves all that. Yeah, she likes to spend time with me, and we kind of like, you know, get to sing a little bit into, record it, put it into Audacity, and then clean up the audio, and then use it with make little music videos. The hardest thing I find with her is that when she's trying to sing, what she does is she gets quieter and quieter and quieter. I keep hearing while she's doing it, and then she gets louder, and then she gets quieter and quieter. Oh, dear. Kids, eh? Oh, in London. Okay, debate. Hope you're well. People keep telling me that London's done for. I don't see it myself. I know you got all that nasty bit out. Over here. That's cool. Be careful there. you know what would be quite cool? That bad bit here, if I turned a little walnut ball or something, a little sphere, and had it in there, do all this, and have this, like, little, just this random, like, sphere, I think it'd look cool. Like a handle, almost. But it's a sphere. And I don't know if I'll be able to get all that out without putting a hole for it, because it's getting quite thin at that point, that just there. I might be able to. We'll see. Quite nice doing a bit. Blimey, that's I think it's coming along, isn't it? It's starting to, I don't know, it's taken that long. I've been doing this for how long? 51 minutes so far. Do you know what? I used to do a lot of work around London, East Barnet and places like that. And I used to love it around there. It was great. And especially East Barnet, that was brilliant. And Barnet, actually. There was like a pond, and there was a pub just on the edge of the pond there. In Barnet, I can't remember what it's called now. Something to do with Sun. Sun Inn. I think it's called Sun Inn. And it ended up being a wine bar in the end. That's that sort of thing. Long while ago, you see. Long while ago. I don't think wine bars are a thing these days. Unless they are. That's when I used to work for a company called Lacey Electrical. So I trained as an electrician years ago as well. What's really handy, you know, when you learn skills, right? Because over the years I've done a hell of a lot of MVQ and sitting guilds type courses over the years, and you know, from plumbing through to electrical work and obviously woodworking and bricklaying. MVQ3 in bricklaying, which included scaffolding and drainage. And what that's meant for me is I have never had to employ anybody to do any work. You know? And even my vehicles and that, it's very rarely have I been to the garage to do any work on my vehicles. It saves you a fortune. And also means you get things done. Money's not the prohibitive factor so much then, is it? Unless you need parts and stuff. It's just nice to be able to do stuff. Make things. Repairing stuff. Making stuff usable again, you know. So much stuff ends up on the old scrap pile, doesn't it, you know, and just, or in this case, firewood. But yeah. I quite like that colour there, that's quite good, so I'll get to clean that up. I need to draw knife that little bit there. Probably just oil this when it comes down to it. I'll tell you what I do like. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but it's something I've done a lot of because I'm from a boating background, and that is just all the old yacht varnish, but you put 7 odd coats on there, and God, you get a glass finish. It's amazing. Even with polyurethanes, you know, you don't need to put so much on with polyurethane though. We don't put enough on, and you know, 2 or 3 coats is not enough varnish to get a proper effect. And one of my pet hates is when I see coloured varnish. Don't like it. No, it's not my cup of tea. Not at all. It's coloured varnish. What happens is, you see, when you over a period of time, after you coat after coat after coat, you just end up with like a brown syrup. You don't see the grain, you always just see brown syrup. You might just use brown paint. You know, I mean, like I understand with like Sadlands and those sort of things because, you know, that's for protection. But when you got, you're trying to, keep the beauty of the wood so you can actually see it's wood. Otherwise, you might not bother. I'd like to make sure that you can still see the wood. So if I'm going to add any colour, I always put a dye on, a stain on first, a dye, which just goes into the wood and colours the wood, and you make it more uniform. Sometimes you need to do that, especially with things like cherry and stuff like that, so it gets all blotchy. And then just build up your coats of clear varnish on top of that. And then you get that nice glassy finish. I generally start with a very watery mix, a 50-50 mix, with a bit of turpentine. So it's all like water just sort of soaks right in. Let that go off, and then go from there. I might try a different chisel for a change. And this one's got a slightly narrower chisel. Or is it the missus coming? No, I can hear it. Door opened. Where's she going? Oh, I wonder. Hey, cheers, Stephen. Oh, nice one. Yeah, my Tinker's Lab. Yeah, I've got to do more in there. I've got my New Year's resolution is try and get these channels up and running. They've all got over 1,000 subscribers, but I have to have watch time. You see, it's where the lives come in. You get more watch time with the lives. So that's something I need to do. This channel's already monetised. If you want to contribute to my new cameras for this workshop. Well, also, I don't think I'll get it done this year though. I've got a barn just over the other side there that I need to renovate, and I want that to be a studio workshop. That's what I want to do, so I can get the lighting in there. So I can make sure we've got like skylights and shit like that in there, because this is all artificial light in here. There's no. The only window I've got is a tiny foot square hole at the end, because it's an old-fashioned barn. So needless to say, there ain't no light, no natural light, and obviously with all these lights on, there's about 400 watts of lights in there. It's on all day, every day. It's quite a bit of energy. They're all LEDs, but still. Adds up, I think that's good. Now this is what I hate. I just want to take this off there. This is, if it's a marbles, this one. What's that? It's marbles? No, it's a Tyzac. It's a Tyzac chisel. Why do they put all varnish all over the blooming things? Yeah, it's an old chisel, right? But it's not Tyzac, which is a good chisel. But then they put varnish on it. I hate varnish on handles of tools. It's the worst thing you can put on a tool, is varnish. The nice thing about having just an oiled handle, like this. There's no varnish on there. All right, it's just petrified with human sweat. It's more comfortable. So I make my dimple smaller now. This is cool. I'm really quite pleased how it's coming. How it's coming along. this chisel's better for down here because it's more of a, it's got a sharper round to it, smaller radius, I suppose would be the right terminology there, wouldn't it? Do, 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 do. Hi to you. Anyone said hi? Hello there. Hello. Stephen Marks. I've seen you, Tinker General. Oh, you got lost there already. I'm a general contractor. Extensions, lofts, bathrooms, kitchens, the usual. That's what I used to do in the UK. General contracting. I used to do a lot of work for councils, a lot of disability alterations. Also used to do a lot of remedial. You know when, like, for instance, a builder, a so-called builder's done a job and they haven't got planning permission, and I was one of the recommended firms, just a limited company, my company was, that used to get recommended, so to speak. It wasn't an official recommendation, if it makes any sense, because I don't think they're allowed to do that, but it's more a case of that they knew me and trusted me, and my guys used to work for us. Some of the mistakes people used to make, though, flipping hell, it's just blatant. Some people take the mick, you know, regarding planning and permission and stuff like that, and they think, oh, I don't need plan permission for this, but they forget about building regulation. You still need that. I do underpinning on one extension in Norwich, and that was a hell of a job. We did manage to do some of it with a digger. You have to dig out like 1 metre cube. We had to go down quite a way. It's very sandy soil there, so we dig a massive great hole out, and then leave a bit, because the footings were deep enough, you see. So we had to underpin it. Fucking expensive job. All because they just didn't bother to abide by the rules of building regs. See, in France it's different. There are rules that you're supposed to abide by, but it's a declaration that you've done it. There isn't any real building control here, unless you're talking about like a septic or something like that. You'd have to, that has to be authorised by SPANC. SPANC, before you get any funny ideas. When people ask me what sort of tools I need for I'll start up, have a go at some woodwork and what have you, the first question I ask them, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to do wood carving, wood turning? Do you want to make small projects, big projects? What do you want to do? Do you want to make boxes? Do you want to make, I don't know, bows? Bows and arrows. Make a longbow. So you need different tools for different jobs, don't you? Probably one of the cheapest setups would be for carving, really, because you just need a set of chisels. You don't need many, for most cases. Set of chisels and some carving knives. To be fair, carving knives, you can make them if you want to. Ooh, there's a little split there. I need to go with that. Go that way. Oh, my great-grandfather, what a carpenter. Joiner, not joiner, cabinet maker. He was amazing. He was a fairly shortish guy like me, and he had fingers like sausages. I think he's shorter than me, but God, when he's strong. He used to make a lot of his own tools. He used to do a lot of the tool steel on the garden fire. He built a house, a bungalow in a place called North Walsham years and years ago. He's gone now, obviously, you know. I say obviously, he ain't living that long anyway. And he bored his own well, you know. What did he do it now from right? What he did, he used to get like gas pipe, like a 2-inch metal pipe with screw ends on and stuff. And you have one that he'd whack, and he'd keep driving it down and down and down, and you know, with a mallet, lump hammer, into the ground, or sledgehammer. Then screw another bit on and carry on whacking it until he hit water. So the little dimples have become more pronounced now, haven't they? With this chisel. Doing there. Right, getting there, isn't it? I think I might have to remove some of this wood off the end here, which I'll just cut off with a bandsaw, because it's got a lot of open grain there. Unless I could probably just, let's have a look. Let's just keep chopping it out. See what we get. You don't know until you do you? This is oak. I'll do a little bit more. I don't want to go live too long today, but I'll do a bit more. Then we'll see. How we get on. Because I've got some other jobs I've got to do. You see, and also got to make some videos for the channel. Right, here we go. That's not good. Yeah, I might be just chisel that out then. See what we get. So the idea of this little dish I'm creating here is like, there's just something to have on a side table that we can throw our keys in and stuff. Or you could use it for something, well, you use it like whatever hold really. I'm really pleased actually, because I haven't done this such a long time, it's actually come out really nice. You think? It's actually quite cool. Yeah. Can't debate says, originally I started as a joiner, but my Paslow nail guns have been retired now. They're all gas nailers, yeah, gas nailers. I'll use air in here, air nailers. Obviously I'm in the workshop, so it makes sense. They're good things on the El Paso. When they brought those things out, brilliant. They obviously get all amazing. DeWalt even does a battery one now, don't they? On site, they're brilliant. God, I got rid of mine years ago. I had the first and second fix Paslows. I've got no need for one here. I wouldn't use it. See, most of the nailing I do is brad nailing of one type or another, down to 15 gauge. Oh, that's doing it. A bit there, if I can get that bit there out. Get that out. There you go. Oh, I think I'll get away with just peeling that out of there. I think I will. I'm going to have to cut some off the end, because I've got to clean the ends up, obviously. So I'll have to cut both ends. But, you know. And what I might do here is a split in there, and it goes all the way through. And when I get this dry environment, that's going to split more. I might put a dovetail in, a Dutchman in there. So hold it together. Just make it even more cool, doesn't it? You know, instead of it just being, it's about making it look intentional. I think that's the thing, isn't it? When you do it, making sure it looks like it's meant to be. Whoever mentioned the pillar idea earlier, Mr. Pillar Guy. I've got all about doing that. I do that with my camera sometimes. I use little bean bags. You know, the ones you can put around your neck if you're on the aeroplane or something. You know, it works really well with my video camera. I've got a nice little 4K video camera that I got off and use for my videos, and it's really nice to use. And the thing is, it gives you a really good zoom range on it, and the quality is good. It's got a proper lens on it, unlike a phone. It's just like a, I don't know, a pinhole camera. Looking good. Listen, hang on, aren't you? La 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 la. A couple of 4-inch nails to hold that split together, maybe. Maybe not. I made a little Dutchman look cool in there, and then something different at this end. I don't need it there now, to be honest. But a Dutchman there, just sort of like I say, makes it look intentional. Oh, so it's good. Look, I got a bit of firewood and stuck it on the side table. And if we don't like it, you know, if I've got anywhere to put it, well, I'll stick on Etsy. So what I've sold a lot on Etsy is wooden sheep bolts. Sold loads of those. Yeah, a lot of oak wooden sheep bolts. I do a 8-inch, 10-inch, and a 30-inch version. I sold loads. It's crazy, really. I didn't think they'd be that popular, but they are. They do look cool, though. We use them in our house, so we do, you know, because they look cool and they work. Even use them outside. If you make them for outside use, so you have to make sure you've allowed for the movement Otherwise, they just jam up on you. They've got to be slack, basically. This is coming along. It is. It's quite thick there. I'll take a bit more of that out. So we can clean these edges up a bit better. I wonder if that'll work with a draw knife on there now. That's a bit higher. That's the glue. Oh, it's getting bigger. The glue's getting bigger. That's the dregs at the bottom of a bottle. That's polyurethane glue. It's good stuff. That's handy this time of year because I suppose it works better. That'll work. Shred my leather apron on. Oh, that needs a sharp, and that does. Can't go away, that's one way. You could use power tools, obviously, but like I say, what fun is that? Oh, wait. Side X. Yeah, we made the hand off that a couple of days ago, live. Right, see if we can peel that off there neatly. The side X. Obviously, I've got to do something for that. I'm almost tempted to just attack that with the angle grinder with a wire wheel in it. Take all the big knobbly bits off like that. I don't want that old bit on there, do I? gone. It's an armrest. Perfectly shaped, you know, even for the elbow, just going a little dip there like that. What do you reckon? It's an armrest for people who get RSIs from using the mouse. Hello, Billy. Perfect, yeah. There we go. Perfect. Are you trying to take the mickey out of my Norfolk, are you? Huh? Or have you? Will I have you? Ooh, wait. Make something out of nothing, can't you? Bit of blood, sweat and tears. Oh, it's me bowl. Could make it into a wash basin. No? Maybe not. I think that's. We're definitely getting there. It's not there yet. It needs more TLC in places. I think that will be another live stream. So when I ain't got nothing else I can do because it's pouring down rain outside and I can't get my timber in, we can carry on with this. So maybe I might put some form of stand, you know, walnut. I think I want to put a Dutchman in there, which is like a double-ended dovetail to hold the split together. Because there's a little split there, I think you see that there. All right, that hold it together. It's going to shrink more, isn't it? You know, you get into a warm house, it's going to shrink more. And there's a bit more TLC regarding the chisel work. You know where it's split and not cut, like there. Just to take out the rough bits. There is if you want to do like a dimpled finish, there is like a jig you can make for your router. That allows you to do that. It's really cool. Look, it swings with a round bit in it. Yeah, cove bit in it. There's lots you can do in there. Make Mrs. T tonight. She ain't feeling very good because she's she's hurt back. She's still doing stuff, but I do make food quite a bit, to be fair. I don't think it's taken that long to do. It's all been done by hand, isn't it, you know? Yeah, it's definitely a split in there. I can see it moving just about. So, yeah, Dutchman in there. That looked really cool as well. And clean up. Obviously, need more clean up on there and there and create a bit of a shape to it. And I don't know whether to keep this fairly as it is, but just smoothed up, so to speak. So you can see what it was. You know what I mean? Create a bit of honesty. Clean up all these bits where I've attacked with the axe, and just a little bit, you know what I mean? Maybe clean this end up, and then leave this end. My idea, to smooth all this up, make this all nice hair, then go into this gnarly bit on the end because it's quite interesting, and just attack that with the angle grinder with a wire brush in it. Take any loose, crappy bits out, and I'll just polish it up, you see. I think that's cool. Hey, let's come along. Let's have a look. Ah, perfect. Right, so thanks a lot for joining us today. I'm going to call that it. Before you go there, he did us a favour, you know. Beat the old like button if you haven't done so already. Helps the channel. Yeah, keep it going, and it will not. It encouraged me, you see, because then people like me. You say, I'm very delicate, you know. I'm a delicate flower, and I want to be liked. Sorry. Oh, I don't give a shit. You need a work vice made of wood. Yeah, I know the ones about vice clamps. Yeah, oh, I get you now. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, Rob. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I have actually got a vice screw here. I could make one of them. I've got another quick release vice I want to put on this bench, on the other side of the bench. But also got a vice screw, so I could make one of those. Usually a couple of hours normally, but I'm a bit shorter today. An emery stone. Right, anyway. Toodaloo, and have a lovely day, and keep safe.